Now, speaking of people that they starting to dig into, let's talk about Chris Brown because it came out today that you know what? While Diddy there is a docu-series or documentary. I don't know how many episodes if it's going to be an hour and a half or 2 hours. I don't know. But the people that produced Quiet on Set on the ID channel, they did one on, as we saw about the Nickelodeon thing. There's one in the works from Diddy. They already have one. So if people want to come out here and talk about, oh, they only going after black people, it's a lie. Because they also did one on Nick Carter. Now we got one coming out about Chris Brown. And I saw the trailer today, and we're going to talk about it. I'm not going to play it because I don't know, if they're going to try to demonetize whatever the case was. I figured out a way around the ballerina one because I didn't play any sound. So I had it on mute and had the video playing, and it went through with gangbusters. But I'm not going to risk that with this because it's Warner Brothers. So, they said over a 2-decade career, Chris Brown has been chart-topping rap star. He's not a rapper. He raps, but he also sings. So I don't understand why the white media continues to just define him as a rapper. I guess whatever y'all want to go in and let have on black people, y'all want to lump them all in hip-hop. But Chris does rap, so I'll let that slide a bit. But I had to correct y'all. So it said Chris Brown legal troubles and history of violence are the subject of a new documentary from the investigation Discovery, the network behind Nickelodeon's child abuse expose, Quiet on Set. Now, out October 27th, Chris Brown, A History of Violence will launch ID's third annual No Excuse for Abuse campaign. The doc will explore the legal issues faced by Brown, the pop star behind songs like With You, Forever, and Under the Influence, which include DV and assault charges and SA allegations. Brown's troubles date back to 2009 when he beat his then girlfriend Rihanna, causing severe facial injuries and required hospitalization. It'd be hard for me to say that word sometimes. I don't know why, but it does. Brown pleaded guilty to felony assault and accepted a plea deal. In the years following, Brown pleaded guilty to a separate assault that was sued by a woman alleging SA. That lawsuit settled out of court along with a variety of other legal issues. Now, along with the log line, Chris Brown, A History of Violence will chart Chris Brown's past all the way back to his troubled childhood, explores the lasting impact of the cycle of abuse, and poses the question, how does a man with such a violent public record maintain his superstar status? Because I will say this, say what you want about Chris Brown, but his recent 11/11 arena tour has been selling out. It was a success. Technical issues notwithstanding, because there was some technical issues that I heard was happening, but people are still supporting Chris Brown. I know he did the Barclays Center. He ain't doing Madison Square Garden. So it said the documentary provides thoughtful reflections into each survivor's experience and the psychological destruction in the aftermath of the abuse. There's even a new accuser, if you watch the trailer, whose identity is hidden, comes forward with allegations against Brown saying, I have not spoken about this matter publicly, but that's the only way that he could be stopped. This is what the person says in the trailer. And I should also point out, immediately follow the documentary, which airs on October 27th on the ID channel at 9 p.m. And I'm sure it's going to be on HBO Max. So I'm not even going to pay attention and care enough to set the timer. I'm going to just wait till it pops on HBO Max, which I am a subscriber of, and I'll watch it then. Dissect it and talk about it as a class, like we do with all the shows that we have. These documentaries that break down all the stuff. We did it with Quiet on Set. I talked a little bit about the Nick Carter one, and then we'll talk about this one, and we'll talk about the Diddy one when they're done with that. So I should point out that the View co-host Sunny Hostin will lead a conversation about intimate partner violence. And here's what she said in the statement. She said, throughout my career, I have always prioritized being a fierce defender of women and children. Because, she was a sex crimes prosecutor. She'll let you know that whenever she's on The View. Domestic violence is a very close personal issue to me as I reflect on my past as a prosecutor of these type of cases and in my role as a mother and public figure whose actions inform and help shape the next generation. This issue is a prevalent epidemic which knows no socioeconomic boundaries, so I'm dedicated to expanding and continuing this crucial conversation. The more we know, the better we can help advocate for change as a society. And you know that she'll definitely be promoting this on The View. But what irritates me is when I was looking at the commercial, when I looked at the trailer, the comments I was reading, y'all got me tight with the comments because these are people up here literally windmilling hard for Chris Brown and defending him because their argument, oh, this thing, y'all bringing up this stuff from years ago. And this is why a lot of people don't come forward with abuse because to me, it seems like you guys only keep bringing up Rihanna like that was the one and done time that he allegedly, according to the reports and everything in the story and the history of violence that the media has kept track of, that he's been a nuisance. And when they're talking about they're going to go back as far as his childhood, well, that was a smart thing to do because we heard the stories about how his mother was beat and abused by his father. And so they're going to dig into that. And like, that's a learned behavior. So what he witnessed as a child, you pass that down to him and he's doing it to other people. And he feels like his money, his power, his influence, and the protection of people in the music industry. So yeah, he's not on the level of like a Usher where he could just float through and do whatever, but he has a strong fan base that continues to support what he does, regardless of what he does. They love the bad boy persona. So yeah, I'm gonna read y'all some of the questions. I mean, some of the comments. So some people was like, "See, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. This is what happens when your community excuses your actions over and over. When them other people get into it, it's over with." And that's basically one of the comments that they brought up in regards to that. Another person went on to say, "Here we go with this SMH." Another person said, "What in the hell are the elites powers that be trying to do with Chris Brown? This man has a family and children. He paid his debt. Let the man live." And people was co-signing it. I'm like, what debt has he paid? Because I could understand if it was a one and done with Rihanna. And it was like, yeah, you did your penance. You showed that you changed. But y'all forgot about Karrueche. Y'all forgot about the recent situation of him fighting, and there's a lawsuit with 4 dudes that said that he beat them along with, like, they jumped them, him and his goons or whatever who was working behind the scenes did this stuff. But of course, now you got people in here saying this is beyond ridiculous. Another person said, "How do you know this new accuser is telling the truth? Why is their identity being hidden?" Are you slow? Like to me, and of course, it's somebody with no damn picture that said it on YouTube. So yeah, show who you are. If somebody's bullying you, if somebody beat you, if somebody abused you, yeah, show your face. Don't be a Jane Doe. Expose who you are so we can troll you on social media, so we can bully you on social media, so we could force you to want to unalive yourself. We know how this game is played. And y'all knew there's been many people over the years who hide their identity out of fear of retaliation. So we're not going to sit up here and try to play obtuse. I can't stand when people do that. Another person said the timing of this is very interesting. I think they really want to step on his possible Grammy nominations because he had a good year musically, sold out touring album, still charting. Well, here's the thing. It don't matter if this documentary would have came out or not. He's not going to get nominated, or he might get a nomination just to show whatever, but he won't win. They're not going to give him a Grammy, or they probably won't even nominate him. We know how the game is played. So another person that happened in 2009 when he was 19. Bro was 35 with 3 kids. And this is what I'm saying. A lot of y'all are still caught up in the thinking like it's the Rihanna thing. And it also shows y'all didn't watch this damn trailer. Y'all just basically saw the thumbnail and the headline, which is what a lot of people do, and just decided to drop a comment. And it goes to show me reading this how a lot of y'all didn't even watch the trailer. But then we have one more person. I'm gonna do 2 more. So, well, 3 more. So one said this is a wild-ish. Another person said Chris Brown the GOAT. Another person said leave the man alone. He made mistakes and learned from them and never did them again. Profiled the Caucasian male or female teachers who prey on kids every week. And didn't I tell you somebody was going to use that white mess? They were going to use that angle as an excuse. And I already said it before I even read that article. I said I'm gonna beat y'all to it because here it goes to show that y'all are just stupid and just saying stuff out of your mouth, just blowing hot air and don't even do your damn research. The people that produced this thing, The Quiet on Set, Dan Schneider ain't black. Last time I checked, Nick Carter is not a black man. So what are y'all talking about? So when y'all want to come up here and do that same tired ass narrative of y'all trying to take down the black man, y'all trying to take down the black man. So y'all just gonna ignore the white people they doing too. Now I can understand if it was imbalanced. Then I'd be with y'all. But we all know that we all know what Chris Brown give. So if y'all want to sit up here and continue to make excuses because, y'all want to do that, then go ahead. But the documentary is out, or it's done, I should say. It's coming next month. It's going to air on TV or whatever streaming service that you may have, HBO Max preferably, because that's the only place that'll be able to air it. And then it is what it is. You either have a choice of you're going to watch it or you're not going to watch it. But it's coming. It's done. It is what it is. So argue with your mammy. So I say, let's say, what do y'all think of this story? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.